Howdy guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a good Wednesday in the market. September 1, 2021. We're going to talk about the stock market, the SPY, a little bit of Wells Fargo, and some GME price action and technical analysis. I always say the date just because I'm documenting this, and I want documentation and look back on this when maybe this was the start of a huge crash, and I can look back and say that's crazy, that video, and just random news was out that day, and then that was, you know, the top of something crazy. Anyways, we are following this GameStop short squeeze in all of its drama and glory. Maybe once in forever historical event, and we are deep into it. I think the squeeze probably started back here, probably this January. I mean, you could say even back here once we start having these run-ups, and I think it's just been prolonged, and I think the peak and kind of the top of the short squeeze where we could see crazy numbers that people are hoping for, I think it's possible that it could be after this earnings coming on Wednesday, next Wednesday, a week from today. That could be the catalyst to really start it. And especially if we're already trading up in a high range by then, as I've been anticipating that we will be shortly up in that 350 range. Today, a little demoralizing, but that's kind of their job. We'll go over that in a minute. SPY, you know, still grinding up, making new all-time highs today. Most all-time highs in August, I think, since like 1920s something, just before the Great Depression. Lots of scary facts about what's going on and just how the market has been propped up for many years. So not sure how this will all end, but SPY on the hourly here, we'll just go over it. Kind of a double top forming there. MACD did turn bearish, but price action isn't really showing bearish yet. Just kind of keeps faking out. We also have an RSI divergence here too. It's a higher high and a lower on the RSI, on the hourly at least. This is still bullish. Everything there on still bullish, but it might not just go straight, just go up and then straight down. It's possible it'll just kind of flatten out for a bit before it comes down. But we'll see. Wells Fargo has definitely been taking a beating the last couple days. This is pretty significant for Wells Fargo. More bad news. But that's just what we're being fed with the media. It's hard to know really why people are selling, why there's all this selling going on. It could be a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we might speculate about on Reddit and other forums, but yeah, we just see the price action there. And it did affect the SPY a little bit today and yesterday, but not a whole lot. So I read something about how S&P 500 has been basically propped up by the top 5 FANG stocks more or less since about here, and that's just kind of held it up. And the rest of the S&P, actually, I saw a chart, there's actually a big divergence with most of the stocks in the S&P have actually started coming down from here, and this has all just been just from those. And with all the stuff we've learned about ETFs and maybe the possible corruption behind all those, yeah, hard to know. But today on GameStop, not a bad day, honestly. Is a nice consolidation day. Looks good. We've got an hour left. I'm kind of expecting it to at least rip back up to VWAP, which is now 219, and that'll put us, I don't know, pretty close to even on the day. Maybe a little red. But this is no problem. Our date here, this is, I think this is the end of the, or no, actually, okay. On Cread's, on his DD on the baskets rolling, the first one, he has it ending on the 9th. But I think all of the covering or the rollover happens in this window, which is this same window. So that window would put us still here for Monday, which is 9/6, just from what I've seen. And then also, if you see here, the peak the 3 days before that, it's real similar actually back here. So today didn't have to be a big rally day. I would expect tomorrow maybe to rally, and as far as my options, I guess I'll talk about that. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute, but I would expect tomorrow probably to rally and not much kind of consolidation. However, things could have changed with all the new rules and stuff. They all seem good for retail and good to stop all this manipulation going on in the market, but I don't know. I mean, maybe we're misinterpreting it with confirmation bias, and maybe it's helping them to hide positions, and I don't know. It seems like it's all good, but maybe they've spit out all these new laws and regulations since January because they see that clearly there's some stuff going on here where some positions are stuck and they're in this cycle, and maybe they're able to break it this time. Today doesn't confirm that to me. By Friday, maybe even Monday, that will be confirmed. If we just kind of stay flat, I'd say, okay, they figured out a way to, I guess, break the cycle in a sense. Not bad. Doesn't change my squeeze thesis on it, that we will squeeze. And even if it being up here, with RC tweeting a dividend, NFT, or even a stock split, a share split, a lot of different news catalysts you could say that, or not even say, maybe even just the good earnings that they probably will have. Maybe it won't cause it to sell off and it'll get some long institutional investors. S&P 500 we might be going into. We won't know that in earnings, but if it is good earnings, I think we are then eligible. So at any rate, if we're at 350 or higher up in this range, and then good news is announced, it will be such a high point from liftoff, basically, that they won't be able to suppress it. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Today I saw pretty clearly that 224 level is actually, that's a pretty important one. If you bring it back here, once you get over 224, like right around here, you really get big volatile moves. So everything above this, you can see it's big, wide ranges, much more action. And even back here, 224 is kind of that's kind of that. From there on up, it just gets kind of wild. And today it was getting up there, and then they short it back down somehow. And so yeah, I think after that 224 range, we're going to see some big movement. But today, still consolidation. It's hard for me to say because we haven't closed yet, but I'm assuming we're going to come up for close. That being said, I do want to show you on the daily, we did have a couple different divergences. We had this one right here, maybe not a huge deal. Higher RSI, lower RSI, lower peak, higher peak. Had one there, and then it kind of grinded up since there. And then we're actually probably going to have another one today because this is a higher high than this high, and this RSI is lower than that one. So unless we really rally and bring this RSI higher than this one, which was 69,581, this will be another RSI divergence. And not to say it's going to reverse, but yeah, that is something to think about. Back here we had those three. We had this one, to that one, to this one, to that one, to that one. Yeah. So we might have a third RSI divergence. These maybe aren't significant enough. I'm somewhat new to the RSI divergences, and all of my other indicators are lagging indicators, so it's more momentum and moving averages than price action, that sort of thing. So the RSI divergence is kind of a, whatever the opposite of lagging is, a foreshadowing, or yeah, a foresight indicator. So I don't hold them with a whole lot of weight yet, just because I'm not as familiar with them, but yeah, it's tough. Tomorrow will kind of be a good decider for me. On the hourly chart, it is bearish. We've got nine red under the 9 moving average. MACD is bearish. However, it's been bearish on the hourly since back here, and I think that's just kind of confirming this consolidation. So that's not meaning a whole lot to me. It's also showing the RSI is coming down. So again, it's kind of messing with TA, and that might be purposeful on the manipulators, just because On the daily still good, we're getting these RSI divergences. It's like there's good setups, and then there's like okay setups for trades, and then there's okay, that's just wrong. And yeah, right now it's like, so right here I was like, okay, this is a great setup, bull flag, everything's good, and yeah, it was good. It kept rallying after that. Here now some things are changing. It's like I'd probably still go long, but it's not as good of a setup. I'm not as happy with it. And I'd say on the short term, I don't know, might find a little lower support in the morning, but it's possible it won't. It's possible it just kind of flattens out and then rips. I still think by Friday we should see some new highs higher than that 231. I'd like to see us find support at that 224 at least, and maybe even that 249. If we had support up here by Friday, that'd be good for Monday, because my 350 price target by Monday is, it's going to be quite a rally if it does it, and it'll be in the next 3 days. So yeah, crazy. Anyways, you guys want to see a little daily unrealized loss porn? Here you are. So also, we were having down 3, down 5, down 7% days for 3 months. That's part of the thing. Like today, like, oh man, this sucks. We had this crazy day, and then these last 4 or 5 days have been mostly +2, +3, +4%. They've been good days. So one down day, 3-4%, it's not too bad. And I actually don't even think we're gonna end that far down. But anyways, the count's just been green for the last week, so it's been happy days. This one's down 7,900 today. I do still have all these options that expire. Let's see, a lot of these actually on this account expire on Friday. So 2 days on those. I'll probably close out. If we have a big rally tomorrow, I'll probably close out on most of them tomorrow. And then this account down 12 grand today. There you can see. And not a whole lot of exposure on this one actually for this Friday, more for next Friday. So next Friday options, I'm still up on them. Yeah, still up on pretty much all of them. This Friday, not as much. We've got a lot of shared in here though too, so that's the play. Honestly, I mean, you don't put a stopwatch or a penalty clock on your trading, and it'll be much more mellow. You just buy the shares and hold. And I've always recommended that, especially if you don't know about options. I would do a lot of research. I did a lot of paper trading initially and got crazy researching before I ever messed with options. And then I learned, and I bought options and then lost money, and then I learned some more and then kept buying and kept losing, and eventually decided to sell premium. And so that's what I mostly do with options. Sell premium. Just sell options, because if you lose buying them, then get on the other side of the trade and sell them. Become the bank, more or less. So 5 minute, we're good, looking good. Bullish MACD, green over the 9. This thing open for a rip up to there, up to VWAP. Trying to think if I shared anything on the. I didn't share a whole lot on Discord today. Kind of just stepped away for a bit and didn't really worry about. Oh, there was the whole thing. So back when Hertz was going bankrupt, and then there was a new DD on it. I'm not going to go into it, but DGAZF, I think it was natural gas. They had that crazy short squeeze, and then there was one of these Reddit write-ups was about all these bankrupt stocks and basically how these hedge funds haven't closed their positions. They drive them down to pennies, they bankrupt them, but I guess they just leave their positions open there, and so they never get taxed on it. I thought you don't get taxed because it goes bankrupt and delisted, and then you can basically get your money back, or your position closed rather. But this one write-up was saying how that's not the case, and you actually, yeah, that's just not the case. So I'm not sure one way or the other, but it was kind of interesting to read that, because I remember Hertz being bankrupt and then having crazy volatile squeezes, and then same with DGAZ and a couple other ones. But yeah, so I got for you guys today. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We're still in it. We're in the game, in it to win it. I am stoked for earnings. I'll probably be streaming that. You guys can stick around for that. And oh, one more thing. I did someone mentioned in the comments. Oh, what did they mention? They mentioned I like dark mode. I said okay. Well, let me do a poll. So I did a poll on if you like dark mode or not. It takes forever for me to find this. So if you like dark mode, or light mode, either way. Come vote right here. So go to the page and then community, and then right here. So dark mode's winning 74%, but put your vote in. I will be changing up how I show things depending on what you guys want. Doesn't matter to me for the video because I can change it back and forth however. So vote on that and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace out.